What you doing? I'm DC and this is Otaku News Reviews. This time I'm talking about Fabricant 100 by Daisuke Enoshima, Chapter 16, The Spark of Life. This chapter came out on April 2nd, 2023 and is the typical 19 pages. This chapter has a bit of a different start to it. It goes on about electricity being the source of life and how there was a frog experiment and the work from that eventually leads to the creations of Fabricants. It's important. Just a different start. And now, Ashibi, Hugo, 100, they report back to their boss. The boss realizes this is bad. If the Fabricant can get a hold of the Yao blood and become this big of a problem that even 100 has trouble, this is bad. But now Ashibi wants to be better in a fight and wants this power too. So, and it just ruins my theory, Ashibi is taken down to meet Fabricant 99. A little bit in quotations. Yeah, apparently they already beat Fabricant 99. And my whole theory of one of the big bosses at the end, probably not the big boss, but I figured one of the big ones was going to be 100 facing 99. But no, they already took it down at some point. Well, okay, whatever. And this whole thing is a little weird. I'll revamp my theory. But yeah, apparently they somehow beat 99. They kept its core. And now they use it to enhance their latent abilities. They don't create any new powers. But whatever they already have with them, it just enhances them, makes them even better. Which is, kind of cool. It'll be weird and a little too far-fetched if this core did too much more. But I guess we're eventually going to have to get into the creation of these cores, the more detailed version, because it doesn't get really into that part. So Ashibi just, touches that core and feels nothing. And then Hugo is like, okay, this is just works with the abilities you already have. You're a tiny little boy, and besides your blood, there's nothing else that you really have, I guess. So he cuts off one of Ashibi's finger, and it quickly heals back, just like a Fabricant. Out of the mysteries. And I knew that somehow their powers would be intertwined with the Fabricants. I don't know if I really expected it to be it was the Fabricant core that they're getting their powers from, or enhancing their powers with. It's kind of a little weird, but apparently these abilities are called sparks, which is what ties into the electricity being the source. I think, I don't know. I feel like there was some backwards thinking. You just try to find something cool. A spark sounds cool. And yeah, humans have electricity. I shock myself all the fucking time on everything. It sucks. I wonder if I touched this source, if I could have electric powers. That probably wouldn't happen. But yeah, I feel like he came up with the name Sparks, or really workshop around it, and just went backwards to electricity is important. I don't know. It fits. It's kind of neat. It's kind of is that it? You couldn't think of something cooler. But, it's not a bad one. It makes sense. And now we're finally introduced to new people. It's not just the boss, Hugo and Luca anymore. We meet Mimi, who's some kind of new recruit like Ashibi, really short temper, hot-headed. And then Ayako, who's the trainer, seems calm and confident, kind of has a little bit of sarcastic wit, a little bit. Nothing outrageous, but I think it's more to do with the confidence, and has a fan club, which, okay. Not the typical looking character you would expect to have a fan club, but there is one. And Hugo wants Ayako to train Ashibi. We don't get an answer though. The chapter just kind of cuts off there. And I get it, but it's kind of awkward into a chapter. I feel like something could have been adjusted at the end to make the chapter just end better. But yeah, kind of just training Ashibi, the end. It's it felt and surprise face, or something. And it was there's something, I don't know, I felt like there was some kind of weirdness with the ending of this chapter. I don't know exactly what it was, but something could have been adjusted there. Maybe it's just me being a little bit too nitpicky. And then, thing I always like to talk about, the title. it's kind of a mix of, electricity being the source of life and their power being called sparks. That's pretty much it. And another note, and it's still pretty early in the series, but just going by week like this, it feels like it's been a while. But it's just another info dump chapter, and it feels kind of late. But it is important to reveal in 99 and how their power comes from it. But I don't know. It's weird. It seems like they would know everything by now, or at least these little things. But no, but it's at least they're not just dumping a whole bunch of information at us. At least it's spread out, so I do appreciate it. It's more like, since I'm reading week to week, it seems like it's been so long, but it's barely double-digit chapters at this point. I don't know. It's more of a me thing, if anything. But the last thing I do want to mention, going back to my 99 theory, I do think 99 is going to play a big part. They're getting powers from it, but it could still get powers from other people. Get like blood from a Shibi, and that could do something. Who knows if they can regenerate that much? Maybe another Fabricant comes and finds it, brings it back to being a full Fabricant. Who knows? They're not dead, I guess, until the core is crushed. Even though it did say at one point Fabricants can die just like normal humans, but I guess as long as the core is there, it can still always do something. I want to know how these cores are made. There must be something else up with it, but I guess we'll just have to find out some other time. I'm sure we're going to find out at some point. But that's all I have to say about this chapter. Let me know what you think. What you think of their powers and how they get them. There's plenty more to still talk about. And they're revealing new stuff each chapter, so I do like that. It could go on a little longer than I thought. Hopefully not. There's a lot of people being very pessimistic and thinking it's going to end really soon, but it's at a good point where it's starting to really feel like it could have some link to it. But I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, let's talk about it. You can leave comments. You can follow me on social media, the AC Stories, or Gmail, theacstories@gmail.com. Or hey, join my little Discord. Links to all that stuff will be in the description. But that's all I have to say about this chapter of Fabricant 100. Thank you so much. Until next time, I'm the AC. Bye.